Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we take complex research, dense articles, and just distill them into the knowledge you need fast. If you're the kind of learner who wants expertise quickly, but, thoroughly, without feeling drowned in information, you're definitely in the right place.
Yeah.
Today, we're deep diving into a topic that is, I think, universal for language learners. It's about conquering shyness and building real confidence in spoken English.
It's a big one.
It is, and our focus is going to be razor sharp. How to effortlessly and strategically start conversations with anyone, anywhere.
And that's really our mission today. It's designed to replace that performance anxiety with just practical actions.
Right.
We looked at material that really reframes English conversation. It's not a test of your grammar, but more a series of low-stakes, successful interactions.
Okay, low stakes. I like that.
Our mandate is clear. Extract the most actionable, friendly tips we can, focusing entirely on this core principle we saw across all the sources.
Yeah, like...
That communication is far, far more important than grammatical perfection. That's the philosophy we're building on today.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When shyness is the main barrier, starting small is, well, it's everything.
It's paramount.
You can't ask someone who's paralyzed by fear to suddenly deliver a flawless monologue.
Oh, of course not.
The research we reviewed really champions what they call the tiny step approach. It completely removes the pressure to be fluent right out of the gate.
And that's the strategic advantage, right? If your goal is to speak, but your fear is making mistakes, you have to lower the entry barrier to almost nothing.
So what's that first step?
The very first step detailed in this material is, well, it's almost trivial, but it's incredibly powerful. It's a one-word opener.
And that one word is?
Hello?
That feels, it feels almost too obvious, doesn't it? But I suspect the real power comes from the non-verbal additions, correct?
Absolutely. The word itself is just the vehicle. What makes this tiny step actually work is the crucial requirement that comes with it, a genuine, warm smile.
A friendly signal. I think that's what the source material called it.
Exactly. The writers specifically frame a smile as the friendly signal.
I really appreciate that framing.
Well, think about the psychology here. When you approach someone with hello and a smile, you're tapping into mirror neurons.
Okay.
You are non-verbally communicating openness, safety, and interest. This just instantly encourages the other person to reciprocate, even if they don't consciously realize why.
So it transforms the dynamic from, say, a terrifying performance where you're worried, will they judge my English?
Exactly.
Into a simple, universally recognized social invitation.
That's it. And it's an immediate, low-stakes way to set yourself up for success. And the material shows this can be applied literally anywhere. A shop, a school hallway, when you're getting your mail.
Or just passing a neighbor on the street.
Right. And the threshold for success is so incredibly low. Did you make eye contact? Did you say hello? Did you smile?
If yes, you succeeded.
You succeeded. You built momentum.
So once that friendly signal has been sent, what's the immediate universal follow-up that keeps things rolling but requires minimal effort?
It's that simple, reliable tool.
Huh.
How are you?
Ah, the classic.
It's a required social lubricant in English. It almost always gets an easy, scripted response like, I'm good, thanks, and you?
So the beauty is, it puts no real linguistic burden on the speaker beyond just basic conversational manners.
Precisely. The initial conversation starter formula is really clearly defined in this research. Hello plus smile plus simple question.
If a learner can master that sequence, they basically possess the entry key to almost every social interaction they're going to face. Okay, so let's move beyond personal greetings into, broader social territory. When you want to engage for a bit longer, the material points us toward the most popular and maybe the most strategically neutral topic there is.
The weather.
The weather.
Talking about the weather is the ultimate beginner move, and it's brilliant.
Why does it work so well?
Because it's universally experienced, it's inherently neutral, and it's always changing. You don't need any unique knowledge about the other person. You're just commenting on a shared, observable reality.
And the vocabulary is incredibly basic, which just removes all that pressure.
Yeah.
We saw some simple examples in the sources that confirm this.
Yeah, you just need phrases like, it's a nice day today, or a slight variation maybe. Is it cold outside?
Or even a tag question, something like, it's really sunny, isn't it? You don't need complex sentence structures at all.
Not at all. You're simply describing what you both feel and see. This keeps the language functional, descriptive, not opinion-based, which is much safer for beginners.
Okay, but while a learner is delivering these short, safe phrases, the material also stresses that success isn't just about the words.
No, it's not. We need to instantly upgrade the speaker's physical presence.
Ah, the nonverbal confidence aspect. So what are the specific physical techniques that make a speaker look, and I think more importantly, feel more composed?
The advice here is really detailed and beneficial. First, posture. Stand straight.
Okay.
Second, physically relax, specifically your shoulders. They carry a lot of tension, and tension communicates fear.
Right. And the third?
And this is critical. Avoid hiding your hands, especially in your pockets. If you keep your hands visible, you signal openness and honesty.
So these physical cues are essentially an extension of that initial friendly signal we talked about. It says, I am here, I am present, I am not a threat.
It's self-fulfilling. By adopting the posture of a confident person, you actually start to feel less anxious. You're controlling your physical response before your brain can fully activate that shyness.
And what about eye contact? That can feel really intense if you're already nervous.
The material handles this beautifully. They call it the gaze and glance rule. The goal is comfortable eye contact, not a fixed, intense stare.
Gaze and glance.
Yeah. You establish a visual connection for a moment. The sources suggest maybe 2 to 3 seconds. And then you naturally look away. This acknowledges the person, establishes a connection, but it doesn't create uncomfortable pressure.
This is where it gets really important, I think. Once we've managed the hello, the smile, the weather, the posture, the shy learner's brain usually starts to race.
Panicking about the next sentence.
Exactly. But the research suggests the immediate next successful step isn't speaking at all. It's listening.
This is the strategic pivot. The moment you shift your focus from your own internal performance, anxiety worrying about what you're going to say, to external engagement.
Truly hearing the other person.
Right. You relieve immense pressure. The research explicitly states that strong conversations are defined by excellent listening.
And what's the tangible benefit of prioritizing careful listening for the nervous learner? I mean, beyond just being polite.
It provides 2 huge tactical advantages. First, on the social side, when you genuinely listen, the other person feels validated, respected, and comfortable. They'll actually do more of the talking, which is exactly what a shy person needs.
And the second advantage.
Linguistically, if you listen carefully, the other person's speech gives you cues. They give you vocabulary, sentence structures, repetition.
So you're basically using their input as a script for your own response.
You got it. You don't have to generate ideas from scratch.
But the inevitable challenge will happen. You won't understand something. Maybe the speaker's too fast or they use an idiom you don't know. This is where confidence can just crash.
And the material is very reassuring here. It says misunderstanding is normal, but they provide these precise, powerful phrases to handle it gracefully.
Yes, this is key. You can't just panic or pretend you understood.
Never. That just ends the conversation poorly. Instead, you deploy these strategic clarification phrases, and you do it with a tone of polite interest, not apology.
Okay, give us those precise phrases.
They're straightforward tools for conversational control. First, sorry, could you repeat that?
Simple enough.
Second, and maybe more powerful, could you speak a bit slower?
They seem so simple, but the effect is profound because they put the learner in charge of the pace. They're pausing the conversation so they can catch up.
Exactly. You are controlling the flow. And what the sources stress is the critical positive implication of these requests. People are almost always happy to help.
Why is that?
Because asking shows you care about understanding them. It reframes needing help from a moment of shame to a sign of respect. You're showing commitment to the exchange, which usually builds goodwill.
That removes so much pressure. Okay, let's talk application. Where can we take these tiny steps and practice these strategic phrases without the pressure of, say, a formal social event or a job interview?
We need low-pressure environments, places where the exchange is defined by a necessary transaction, not free-form social chatter. The best example the research gives is the coffee shop.
I appreciate that focus. Let's map out the perfect short confidence-building exchange there.
Think of it like a 4-part script. It builds muscle memory. The goal is just completion, not complexity.
Okay.
You walk up, you give the friendly signal, hello, you state your transaction, 1 coffee, please.
Right.
You acknowledge you got it, thank you, and then you provide the polite exit, have a nice day.
And that's it.
That is a complete, successful English language interaction measured in seconds. You won.
And the research also mentioned practicing similar minimal exchanges at the supermarket, right?
Yeah.
Just making eye contact with the cashier, smiling, a simple hello, and thank you.
Exactly. These are perfect opportunities because they require zero follow-up commitment.
No pressure to continue the conversation.
None. And if you want to push that engagement just a little bit further, the sources suggest a great technique for being a little extra friendly without complex language.
Which is,
Use a small compliment.
a compliment often feels like a high-level social maneuver, though. How do we keep that simple for a beginner?
We keep it object-based. We don't compliment their character or their deep thoughts. We use short phrases about something visible.
Can you give us some examples?
Sure. Things like, I like your bag, or that's a nice color, or even, your watch looks great.
That is brilliant social lubrication.
It is, because it's positive reinforcement and it's so low maintenance. The beauty is, once the other person says thank you, your only required response is a smile.
You've injected positive emotion into the exchange, and it cost you, what, 4 words?
Exactly.
Now we have to address the giant elephant in the room that is paralyzing learners. The fear of making a mistake. The sources are so firm and reassuring on this point.
They deliver a massive dose of needed perspective. The core advice is absolutely definitive. Mistakes are your best teachers.
And why is that?
Because making a mistake proves one singular important thing: you are trying. If you make a mistake, it means you were speaking, which means you've already overcome the primary barrier of shyness.
And we have to reiterate that core theme we started with. Communication is far more important than perfection.
It is. I mean, think about how you talk to people in your native language. You stumble, you use filler words, you sometimes use the wrong tense, but the conversation succeeds because the meaning got through.
Right.
Most native English speakers are focused entirely on the meaning. They rarely even notice small grammatical errors, especially from non-native speakers.
And if the shyness is still just overwhelming, the material offers a great preparation technique that bypasses that real-time anxiety.
Yes, this is crucial. It's about leveraging the difference between what psychologists call System 1 and System 2 thinking.
Explain that.
System 2 is slow, effortful, conscious sentence construction under pressure. System 1 is fast, automatic, and reflexive. We want to convert common answers from System 2 to System 1.
So you practice simple facts about yourself at home until they become muscle memory.
That's it. So when someone asks, tell me about yourself, you don't have to construct the sentences, they just flow.
Like rehearsing a quick identity script. My name is Mark. I'm from Argentina. I work as an engineer.
That's the preparation sequence. You are effectively preloading the scripts for high-frequency questions. When you finally deliver it in a conversation, it feels familiar and automatic, not like a high-pressure test.
Which significantly reduces the cognitive load during the actual interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So what does this all mean? We've built a full conversation sequence. Started with a tiny step and a friendly signal, maintaining engagement through listening and nonverbal confidence, dealing with challenges, using clarification tools.
No, practicing in those low-stakes environments.
Right. So we need to wrap up the sequence by covering how to exit the conversation politely.
And the sources ensure that even the exit is simple and non-stressful. We don't need complex farewells. We just need 2 easy, polite exit phrases that signal completion and goodwill.
And what are they?
It was nice talking to you, and have a wonderful day.
Simple, friendly, and complete. It gives a final, positive closure to the interaction.
It does.
That is a complete, powerful blueprint. It takes the interaction from hello to goodbye, and it relies on strategic simplicity and psychological awareness, not complex grammar.
It's a full pathway to building confidence through small, measurable victories.
And that is it for this deep dive. We've extracted a highly effective, low-stress strategy for confident English speaking. Remember, the foundation is built not on flawless structure, but on a hello and a smile and the strategic knowledge of when to listen.
And here is a final provocative thought for you to consider, building on that body language strategy we discussed. The research advised us to stand straight, relax our shoulders, and make comfortable eye contact before we even open our mouths to speak.
Okay.
So if these physical actions are essentially a self-induced friendly signal, how might adopting these confident physical behaviors daily, even when you aren't planning to speak the language, change your brain's perception of English? Could treating the language as a default normal habit rather than a stressful performance be the ultimate hack to fluency? Something to mull over until next time.